bring it back. Then we're going to do a computer tune on it. We're going to change the tune on it using the computer. We're going to put a chip in it maybe, and we'll do some exhaust modifications, take it back out there, run it again. How much more horsepower did that provide for you? What's the difference? So if you get the super chip out of the box and it says it's a plug-in.
What's popping, guys? It's boring watching for your TV.
It's got 10, you know, right now, okay, it's not really what it said, right? So we can check it for you live. That's the CRV, we saw that last year, right? Your CRV. So that's the stuff that we do for you more in the Super Free class. This is the last of your high performance program. Then, and the main part of this section, you kind of see the car clips. That's what we use to kind of get you more one-on-one, more hands-on. Because like you guys, like, you know, say you're at the Saguaro, right? You got like 2 or 3 bays, and you put one car in there, and you got 20 guys. It's kind of hard to get everybody up underneath the hood. So here what we do is we'll take the brand new car, we'll cut it in half, and in the silver box where the passenger seat would be, that's your fuel cell. So the car starts up and runs, the motor works just like it should, and we can put a mix of everything. You know, here's Honda, here's Chevy, there's Dodge, you know, so we take one down the road. But that way, if you want to work today on Honda, then put that on. If you want to work on the Chevy, then put the Chevy. But this way, there's 2 guys working on this one, there's 2 guys on that one, 2 here, 2. You get a lot more one-on-one that way. You're not, you know, we're not wasting 4 guys. We're going back and forth. This is just what we use that half cars. So those are the little car clip training aids. This will be the electrics and your hybrids. So you have a whole section of hybrids in here. Let's get popular now. So your Prius and your Honda hybrid,
That car's destroyed. Look at all these cars. Honda. Honda.
So this is one of the other automotive sections. This is a 3-week section on the heating and cooling, all your HVAC stuff, your air conditioning systems in the cars. And that's in that first year. And this is part of our diesel program. So if you take basic diesel, you have a 3-week section in hydraulics. So we're going to go into all your lifts, your forklifts, your front end loaders, your backhoes, all your hydraulic cylinders. So we can go into construction and industrial diesel for you. That'll be a 3-week section that's already included. And you're going down into
hydraulics,
your diesel program. This is diesel accessories, truck brakes and chassis, air brakes, air suspension, diesel. Yeah, we do. I'll show you those. So this is kind of an idea of how we do it. You know, we'll take the components, like here's your whole axle and brake assembly removed from the truck, right? Then we can show it to you where it is in the truck. But this is a truck that has everything taken off, the bed, the cab, everything. So we can show you where are all the electrical lines stored, where is the air housing stored, where is everything in that truck. So you kind of get an idea what it looks like. Then we can go to something like that where maybe we've just got the cab on it, but it's still a little bit tougher. And then from there we take you to the actual truck. But you're already kind of familiar with what you've seen. You know, you've already been able to show it. So this kind of goes in steps. Again, everything from your diesel pickup trucks to your single axle diesels to your big, you know, over the road stuff. We'll take you through that whole thing. It takes about 9 weeks.
Charlie's doing a good job. Put one section. I want to record everything. Look, it's a big ass Optimus Prime. Yo, it's an Optimus Prime, a bunch of them.
Yeah, look at all. Look over there.
Again, this will be all part of your basic diesel
It's a good job here. I'm barely gonna learn here. Yes.
Brakes, wheels, and tires, right? So in here, what we'll be showing you is how to use all the lifts, underbar, struts, suspension, braking systems, alignments. This is usually your second and third class here. So this
But
kind of goes
cool.
right along
So
with
this is like,
beginning class.
this is the future of my brothers. He's gonna be in this section right here.
240SX, Mustangs, these are ours that we use. All that stuff that you see down there, those are student cars. Today is open shop. So every other week, every 2 weeks, we do open shop. Sometimes it's a Saturday like this, sometimes it's a Wednesday. So they'll tell the students that are here, hey, open shop's coming up on Saturday. You need to do some stuff on your car. Go get your parts, come in, you can use all of this while you're here on a Saturday. So these guys are all here with their own cars, those are all student cars. So they're doing, wheel work, brake work, alignment, whatever they need to get done to get their car kind of updated and running. And all they're doing is just paying for the parts. Everything else, the teachers are here to help them. They kind of watch over them, and they can use all the equipment and tools and all that. And they work on their own cars on a day like today. During the regular class, we don't have the students bring anything in. We have it all here. But on every other week, we have one day that's set aside for the students to do their own thing. You recognize our tire machine? That's great.
Whoa, look what is. Whoa. Oh, look at that. Look.
There's so many options and spines here.
So this is the Freightliner factory program. If you were to do the regular year of diesel, you wanted to focus on Freightliner and Western Star. We could do a 3-month program out here with Freightliner, have you come out with about 9 Freightliner certifications. Go to any Freightliner dealer you want. Freightliner is pretty comprehensive. I mean, it covers the Detroit, so you got all your motors, everything from, again, the small Freightliner series, your Cascadias here, all your big transportation coming in order, that's the big thing right there.
El teléfono es de José.
¿Eh?
El teléfono es de José.
¿Y ese?
And then like Western
¿Ese
Star.
es un X-ray?
Sí, lo voy a decir. Ajá.
Yeah. That's our diesel drag truck. Used to race that. We don't race it anymore. We used to have it come into the used to run it. And, it was kind of 16 so the motor was pretty heavy, so it's a lot of fun for a diesel truck. Yeah, Freightliner growing and expanding. They got the new Freightliner Tucson on the Freightliner 10. We've got Freightliner right here off the 99. Freightliner out of Canada. Across from the racetrack out there.
Yes. Nice. I like it. I'm ready for college.
Are you sure?
I'm ready. Yo, I'm ready for college now.
You don't want to see nothing?
Cool. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Where's it again?
Give me.
All right, so this is a diesel engine lab. You'd have 4 classes out here. Everyone's going to be 3 weeks. So this is diesel transmission, full or 18-speed trannies. It's a complete tear-down rebuild program, so you'll crack the case, go all the way through it, everything will bleed out of it. We'll go through everything with you, you build it into the back, we'll shoot it, make sure it's working properly. So that's a 3-week class on trannies. Then we're going to go through a 3-week class on basic diesel engine overhaul. Again, showing you everything from Caterpillar to Navistar to Detroit to Cummins to Mercedes, all the different diesels. And then as we go further down, you'll get into your diesel engine accessories, all your injector pumps, regen units, and then live diesel tune-ups and engine overhaul or engine performance at the far end. So 3 weeks here, 3 weeks in the overhauls, and then 6 more weeks down there with accessories and engine performance. And that would have yeah. Everything for diesel is
52 weeks.
All right, so this comes with the diesel program. If you take the 1 year of diesel, you're gonna have a whole section of just the refrigerator units. We're gonna cover Thermo King and Carrier for you for 3 weeks. You get your certification for 608, that's your refrigeration diesel certification, and then you'll be certified to work on all the units. Yeah, its own special industry. I mean, you know what you do. Yeah, we run it all the time. Yeah. This is by far the most popular class in the summer. Yeah, we've been hanging out in here for about 3 weeks. So each one of us is its own individual
bad.
unit. And we test them live. That's why it's cold in here, because we're running them all the time. So say if you're working on this carrier unit right here, and the instructor has a problem in there, and he says, "Hey, I need you to go ahead and fix it. It's not running right. It's got an issue with it. It's not maintaining temp." Okay, we're going to go through. We're going to set it up. You're going to make the repair. You're going to set it. You're going to start it, get it running. And then we're going to set the temperature for you, and we're going to say, okay, we want this at 30 degrees. We want it just below freezing. We want it 30 degrees constant. Okay, you're going to set it up for 30, start it, run it, and then we can take you into the actual test cell. So this is an insulated cell, just like the trailer would be, right? So in here we can take you inside of there, and we can set the gauges up inside the box. And we can measure the temperature inside the box, and if you're at 30 or not, and if it's holding at 30 like it should be. So I've only seen one other school I've ever run into that teaches this. It's a really specialty, unless you go to like the Thermo King headquarters, like in Minnesota or something like that. But I've seen one other school that do it, but they didn't have this kind of stuff. They just had them like this. And so when they were done, you'd open up the door here, and it would just blow cold air out in the room. And you're like, it feels like it's 30, I mean, here you can go in there, and we can set it. We can make sure, hey, this is really working like it should. It's performing to the level that you're supposed to have it at. So everything is live. So it's just live.
Yeah, that's good.